to Mainstreet, guys.
So over the last few videos,
that we've all been chasing.
So look, we were looking at Kalala, we looked.
Like what we're trying to do is like signing store. Have with us something.
And the fact that... Welcome back to the Mainstreet podcast.
today's podcast I think is a sort of progress report on the Indian sneaker and streetwear culture, given this very interesting article we read on Hypebeast recently.
On Hypebeast, which is Hypebeast is the foremost publication on hype culture in the world, which means you're talking hip hop, street fashion, sneaker culture,
Music,
mainstream fashion,
movies,
promo, yeah.
YouTube, everything.
You
in the
see
space.
brands like, Gucci's doing paid promos with Hypebeast. Burberry is doing paid promos. Everybody needs to promote with Hype. Being on Hypebeast means you're in the scene, means you're at the forefront, means you're being seen by everybody.
This very interesting article actually is written by someone we know personally, Alan Claudius. I don't know if you guys have heard of Alan. Alan's one of the oldest and most prominent sneaker collectors and sneaker enthusiasts in the country. And check out his YouTube channel, Bow Ties and Bones.
Yeah, Alan's been at this for a while. He's been, like Anand, he's been into this for a long time, and he's been driving very consistent effort with it, which means he's been doing a YouTube video every week, every couple of weeks, every 2-3 weeks sometimes.
And I think this article is one of the biggest driving steps forward, I'd say. Like
it's a pretty big deal to have something like this picked up by Hypebeast.
A very in-depth, intricate article that defines why India is the next big sneaker market. And I think he's got a point here. He's got a case for this to make this point. Starting with the wide internet access we have in the country today. Geo being the reason for that prominently. But because of that, the country has more globalization now than more so now than ever. We have all the social media, our Facebook, our Instagram on.
Facebook? Who uses Facebook anymore?
My bad. Okay. Instagram, Snapchat. We follow through our Instagram. We follow all the prominent pages we need to, like a Hypebeast. Whether you're following Hypebeast or not, I think it definitely pops up in your explore feed. For sure. So we have access to all the popular pages. We have YouTube. On YouTube, we get to see content curated at least by all the biggest creators in the world. So we have, which includes all the biggest. So that means we now have access to all the biggest trends, all the most popular videos, photos, and releases. And even if you're not trying, so the trends have as much potential here, I'd say now, as they do anywhere else.
That's true.
Yeah.
India has been again in the past year, it's picked up like crazy. I think this article is a great milestone. It's a great symbolization of what's happening with this culture now in terms of getting noticed worldwide, right? People are seeing. The article specifically mentioned that India could be the next big sneaker market.
Yeah, he's not just talking about being a potential one. He's
not talking about it picking up, about it being the next big thing, which means bigger in terms of seeing businesses pick up. Like now we've seen StockX reach. When StockX hit $1 billion, right, when it became a unicorn, is when we saw such massive genuine. We saw people when we had Vivan on the podcast, he knew about StockX, and he knew about StockX when it crossed $1 billion. Because when it crossed $1 billion, it started raising a lot of eyebrows, and people started wondering that
what is this about?
The sneaker thing is genuinely a large market.
In the finance space, it's already had like a ripple effect here. People here also taking notice of brands or companies making massive moves like this, and how it's affecting the stock value all the way in India. But apart from this, what are other factors that you'd say drives this culture abroad? Hip hop music being one of the prominent ones.
Abroad, of course. This entire space has always been influence driven, right? Back with when Supreme started booming, right? Supreme started as, they still define themselves as a skate brand. What they started doing in 1995 was making gear, making clothing for skaters in New York. Which were, at that time, was baggy pants, it was baggy t-shirts, it was jackets, it was beanies.
The caps, the skateboard decks. I know
it was very skate. And what happened is influential people started wearing Supreme because they thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Because they thought it was cool. A mass audience started thinking it was cool and started lining up to buy the stuff, but they still stuck to their ground and they're like, we're still doing the same thing that we set out to do, which is make cool shit for skaters. And they didn't try even scaling quantities because they wanted to maintain their space.
They never really did a
and
promotion.
From then on, but what they started doing that really killed Supreme, that really built Supreme, was their collaborations.
Yes. The collaborations have been huge. And today we get to see a Supreme collaboration. That's not a collaboration, but the latest, I don't know if you guys have seen, the latest Supreme Fall Winter 19 collection draws a lot of inspiration from India. They have this
campaign video.
The campaign video, of course. Which was with the Indian snake charmer.
That a
playing
little
the
bit
flute.
racist, a little bit offensive.
Some people might call it like generalization of the culture.
Yeah, which
But
is I don't know if it's I don't know.
I'm
where I
pretty sure that
stand on
wasn't the
this.
intention there. So judging them by what the intention was, which is just to show that this collection is driving a sort of influence, this has been influenced by this culture of sorts. There's this print, Ganesha and a Krishna
On a
print
jacket,
on
my
a
god.
fleece jacket, which I don't see any use for
In
in
India.
most parts of India, a sweatshirt and shorts. We just pluck the photos here,
But my god, these guys are in for some.
yeah,
I don't know actually, considering the fact that it's not in India, who's really gonna get outraged?
I know, but but it isn't even that.
I think what will happen though is some prominent figure will make the mistake of wearing it, and then we'll see some scope of outrage.
Probably, but this is not like it's been the first hint of Indian culture immersion in Supreme. We had
The
in
skateboard tee,
past-
which is available on
it's
the
called
mainstream marketplace right now.
It's called the Supreme Bombay tee, which just says skateboard in Hindi,
Uh,
and it's a woman wearing a bindi.
there's also the Ganesha tee.
The Ganesha tee, exactly. Also the Ganesha keychain, which you probably see at Karan Khatri's house. But yeah, they probably have been inspired by Indian culture in the past, and this was one of the biggest shouts that they've done to, I think, India's ever. Having a whole collection release being promoted by a Indian video, I think that was a big step by them.
Yeah.
But again, I'd say going back to other factors also that promote it in worldwide, hip hop music and hip hop artists are really have been rapping streetwear. I think since way before it was cool or before it was trending, anything, and I don't see why that's hip hop artists today have as much prominence in India. Hip hop music is huge in India.
Yeah.
today.
Since Gully Boy, I mean, Gully Boy made a big
Big impact. Even in Gully Boy, they are wearing streetwear. Ranveer Singh and all are seen wearing Adidas tracksuits. They're wearing Adidas sneakers.
Also, like since then, just having so many different rappers come up
Yeah.
and so many DJs, and all of them are genuinely into it. Point is that hip hop very intrinsically ties to street fashion, which means part of your look, part of your entire vibe, you gotta have a rep with a certain brand. You gotta like certain things. You gotta be into it. We've seen a lot of prominent DJs around the country. Ritviz is so into this scene.
DJ Sa
our
into
man has been
sneakers.
into sneakers for so long. Been
He's one
one
of
of
the
the greatest
first-
supporters
yeah.
for so long. We appreciate it
Exactly.
so much. We've seen DJ Spin Dog, who's on Divine's gang. He's got his own vibe altogether.
Exactly.
I think in the past year, it's just grown to be much larger than ever. I think India, now what's happening is that these articles end up converting people in smaller cities who are looking for access, and
Right.
somehow a lot of them even get in touch with us.
And even
We've seen buyers coming from Lucknow, we've seen buyers coming from Ahmedabad, Raipur, there's
Goa.
Shillong,
You're in Goa, yeah, Shillong.
Shillong. I think this is proof that the market, there is space in every city.
Exactly.
And now it's just a little scattered. Once we start seeing the concentration grow and people get deeper and deeper and deeper into it, is when we'll see it develop into an actual market, and then we'll see companies like us, hit. But yeah, I think now we know for a fact that it's growing larger than ever, and it's going to be a big deal, and only growing and growing further and further. I think it's a good sign, and I'm really excited to see what happens with us in the next year.
If you guys haven't yet, please read Alan's article on Hypebeast. We're going to plug the link here. It's a very interesting article. It just explains
While
a
you're
lot.
at it, also check out his Instagram page and his YouTube channel
Yeah.
at the following links. They're all in the description and up here, whatever.
Yeah.
But, if you're into this, support the culture, buy some shoes from us. And while you're at it, please do make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment with your thoughts on this video. And make sure to stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming.
See you in the next one.